And if you would, please go ahead and put your hands together for what I think is one excellent, incredible the last couple of weeks, I've gotten to judge numerous shows in different states, and since the 5th day of January until August 5th, I will be in 13 different states getting to evaluate livestock and getting to evaluate, for the most part, hogs, and that's a passion of mine. And, I'm a young guy, yes, absolutely, and I'm young to do something this prestigious, and there's guys out there, and these guys that stand around the ringside right now, definitely, they deserve the opportunity before I do, and I get called to ask to do it, and I was just kind of in shock. I was kind of in awe, because I've just heard about it, and just how good it is, and, it's one of those things that, I can talk about it, and I can sit here and say, hey, best kids in the world, best hogs in the world, and you won't find anything better. And you know what? I'm going to honestly say that to you, because I truly believe that, to me, these hogs are incredible. And what makes them incredible is the kids behind them. They push this hard, and they push this far to be in this particular champion drive. And you bring 8 of these hogs back out of their respective counties, and they are absolutely unbelievable beasts in terms of just the way that they're made. And these hogs, to me, suit me very, very well, and all of them do from a standpoint of their feet and legs. And you talk about skeletal structure and skeletal build so much nowadays. I think it's just so very important. You get these 8 hogs back down here, and to me, these supers are actually well in terms of their skeletal build. And you just have to go down to personal preferences. Just individually and very briefly. The young man's big blue bear that comes back out of his county, it's just an absolute stout, big skeleton mountain hog with a long hip being, really, really heavy structure, but really powerful at the ground. I'd like to maybe see that bear just a little bit better right in behind his shoulder, but man, that guy is stout. And comes out here with a tremendous amount of power. Young lady's belted bear there on the far side is one that I love in terms of his center rib. This bear comes at you so wide. You lean too wide and square in his skeleton, yet he maintains his hop within his framework. He's still attractive about his head. To me, that bear maybe just gets a little bit tighter there in his head-loin junction, and that's just the thing I see it in. That's getting nitpicky. Well, I think it's an awfully good bear. The young man's bluegill here is one at the ground. You talk about feet, legs, and bone and foot size, and just how it all matches back and relate back to their skull. I think that gilt, to me, balances very well from that standpoint. Is she one of the bigger, the stouter gilts out in this particular guy? Probably not, but I still know her more than acceptable in terms of her width. Love that little feet and legs. Love her ability to drive with her foot and elbows. Young man's white bear there is just one that comes out of the gate and tremendous in terms of his chest width. That bear has blade legs on the outside of a really big rib cage. Love that long rib cage. I love his length of top. I think that bear's length of body is correct. I like his length of hip. Now maybe he's a little rounder hips as you study him just a bit. To me, you could maybe just elevate him there on his pastures a bit. But that hog is such a beast, and just the way that he's made, that's the kind of bear that we show, just in his presence alone. Young man's calico with kind of color that stands in front of me is one this just really has a picture of one that's just that attractive and good looking from the side. Bear is really stout in his shoulder, it sets away from his blade. He's dead level down his top. His tail head sets up on top of his hip. I love that bear's length of hip. Is he the heaviest structured out here? Probably not. Would I like to maybe just see him go just a nickel bit better behind? Yes, but I think that's getting critical on a bear that wins his county, respected county, that's so good looking, so attractive, has that show bear kind of a presence to it. Young lady's blue-eyed gilt there is one that I talk about in terms of just bone and foot size. She's as good as any of them out here. I love that gilt's rib. I love her design up through her head. That gilt's really attractive about her head, yet bulky and just opened up in her rib cage. And that's hard to do. And those are the kind of things that we try to do at home, is make them that stout, that powerful, keep that kind of head and feature on them, yet still attractiveness through their neck, keep that kind of body. And she's laboring a little bit out here. She's not wanting to get particularly out of the right hind leg. I believe it is, but just maybe as much ease and comfort as you'd like to see. But man, that hog is just stout and so opened up. Love her length of body. Love that gilt's frame size or attractiveness up front. Young lady's blue barrel here that drives across the middle is really got a presence to it. And that barrel, to me, he's extended in his skeleton, yet he's stout in his foot, bonework. He's opened up through his chest. He's attractive about his head. Sets up on the top side of his shoulder. You could give him maybe just a little bit more muscle shape. I wouldn't disagree with that. But I think that barrel's muscles laid properly into his skeleton, and that still allows that barrel to get out here and drive. Young man's Delta Gill is one that came out and just thought, is she overly wide as she drives back? She absolutely not. Is she the right kind of width of skeleton? I think so. The blade sets right into her rib cage and sets back towards the rib cage, allows that gill's head to come naturally out of the top of her skeleton. She's dead level down her top, and her body and her composition matches her frame size. Really stout in terms of her hind leg, really big in her foot. You could maybe just open her up in the spread of your toes that way. As you study her, maybe just give her a bigger set of toes as you study her, but I mean that gill, that's getting awfully critical. I want it just nice, fresh and big body and just so square. Folks, it's my compliments to these kids that stand out here and on the outside looking in. We talk about it all the time. You kids can quit driving if you want to, okay? Just go ahead and quit driving. They're getting a little bit hot. Let's go ahead and let them stand. Well, I didn't know what kind of words and things that I would put together in sentence structure and how to be proper and how to say the right things and how to express my feelings towards what I think is an absolutely incredible event. I wish we would do something like this on the other side of the river where I come from. I wish we would do something that means this much to families and kids, and you're here for a reason. Maybe you don't have a champion hog in this particular drive, but you're here to support those kids out of your county, and I truly appreciate that from a judge's standpoint. I think that's unique. I think that's incredible, and that to me that just shows sportsmanship, because maybe you've had to compete against some of these. And maybe you thought, well, I could have beat him. I could have. You know what? Go ahead and try again next year. Work hard. I know it takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of time. We struggle so much at home, and there's times, and you hear those things about, the pig gets to eat and we get to maybe miss a meal. You know what? Where I come from, that happens. We weren't blessed with a family with a tremendous amount of money, but I was blessed with a dad and an uncle that were very, very knowledgeable in stock, and I was blessed to go ahead and end up meeting people that actually stand around ringside right now that are just, they're important to me. And there are people that I've looked up to my entire time growing up and showing pigs and just judging home shows and talking to some of those guys and listening to them talk about me as a judge. It really, really sets me back, and it makes me, just think about where I've come from and what I've done. You never know, guys, whenever this thing could be done. You never know when it could be over, and make sure that you spend the time with your family that you get, and make sure that you don't take advantage of it. You can grab those banners and those show boxes and that big check, and you can hang them up as high as you want to and grab it to every single show that you want to and say, hey, I won the Southeast Iowa Showdown in 2013, and that's a big deal. It absolutely is, and I think that's incredible from that standpoint. But you know what? That stuff can go away one day, and all that stuff will fade, and maybe it could burn up in a fire or something like that. The things that won't are the memories that you make, and the things that won't are the friends that you make, and the time that you get with your family. So you make sure that folks on the outside looking in, and these kids, and even the ones that maybe didn't make it out here in this champion drive, you hug them, you be dang proud of the set of kids that you have in the set in Southeast Iowa. You need to be dang proud in terms of just their overall work ethic and everything like that. Absolutely great. My compliments to them. Put your hands together one more time. I've talked about them enough. We got to pick a champion, and it comes down to this personal preference. Whenever you talk about homes that are opened up and square and stout, yet still mobile in their build and fresh. And I told myself two things this morning when I woke up. I put my jeans on. I said I need to lose a little bit of weight. They were a little bit tight. The other thing I said was I'm going to pick the best dog that's here today, in my opinion. From the outside looking in, maybe you see it different. I think there's one of them that to me is just really attractive, really stout, really mobile, square, good looking, got a hind leg that allows his home to get out and drive with comfort, got a presence that to me wins, and he stands right there in the middle of the ring. Congratulations, this young man right here. all the exhibitors today. The mare that I ended up using, I think maybe just got out of his hind leg just a bit better. I thought he was just a bit sounder, maybe not quite as fresh up over his neck. But what I think is just an absolute beast in the way that this one's made, and her skeleton, her build, her structure. To me, I'd like I just said, maybe just to see a little bit longer stride, but I mean just stout, square, and powerful. She stands right here. Congratulations to this one.
There we go.